All the mailbag questions you see as part of today's NFL Daily Mailbag come to us as part of our live shows on Mondays and Wednesdays. So, if you want to have your question answered, then you got to subscribe and tune in. It's very simple, folks. Hit that big red button right now. I am host Tom Downey, wearing a Raiders jersey because I lost the bet with host Mitchell Renz of the Raiders Report here at Chat Sports. So, that is how the cookie crumbles sometimes. It's so big, by the way. First up from Tristan Bravo, and phrasing on my part, what would you think of Matt Ryan to the Browns? I want to see him in a better situation. I think if you're Cleveland, this is obviously an off-season move. You have a pretty decent team, I think, beyond receiver right now, and your quarterback's not playing well. So there is a lot of risk by adding a new quarterback when you have a young one who's a former first overall pick. I think if you're Cleveland, you have to honestly evaluate your situation in the offseason. Matt Ryan, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, maybe more could be available in the offseason. If you're the Browns, got to consider at least thinking about getting a new quarterback, even if you still lose in Baker, because you could win quickly if you get one of those franchise guys. For my burner account, Tom, I think Dallas needs to take a hard look at themselves from top down. Been doing it the Jones way for decades, and it's not working. What can we do? I wish I had answers for you from that one. The Jones way has not worked. That is fairly clear at the current moment. I don't have the answer for you at this point. I really wish I did. I wish I knew what the solution was for Dallas. But the only common thread has been the Joneses. I know that they want to win, but they want to win their way. I don't know if that's right in the end. All right, from Ralph, should the Vikings bring back Adrian Peterson? A weird Kyle Kuzma photo there. With Cook hurt. Look, we'll see how long Dalvin Cook is even out for. There's been some conflicting info on what his injury is, from media reports to what Mike Zimmer had to say, as it relates specifically to Adrian Peterson. To be blunt, I think he is washed. I don't think Adrian Peterson has enough left in the tank. He did not play that well in a limited role, admittedly, for Minnesota, or for Tennessee, excuse me. And then against the Patriots, the Titans ran all over New England. I don't know if he's going to play again. I really don't. So I will make this the pinned comment. Answer it for me as I take the coward's way out. Will Adrian Peterson play again in the NFL? 1 for yes, at least one more game, or 0 for no. He's washed up. This is the pinned comment. So if the ad break comes on YouTube, head down there and type your responses. Rashard Lee, is Matthew Stafford that guy in big games? I guess we'll find out. In general, I don't like taking, we'll say, 20% of the sample size and acting like it is the 80% of the sample size. But Stafford has yet to truly prove he can win you those big games. Loss is only a playoff game. So we'll find out this year. If the Rams can't do it with Stafford this year, it might be a Stafford thing. From Bobini, with the Saints getting healthy, they have a great shot at beating Dallas. I mean, they have a shot. They are at home. They're not a massive underdog. If the Saints team we saw against the Bills shows up, no. They are getting healthy, which is a big deal for them. But I'll mention this here. For being honest about them, they don't have a good quarterback right now. And that makes it really tough to consistently win football games. So I've got Dallas beating New Orleans this week. From Winter Skull 69, the Dolphins have a chance of making the playoffs. A chance, yes. Would I consider it likely? No, not at this point. They got a pretty tough path to finding their way in a very tough AFC this year. From Ron Swanson, can the Titans still make a playoff run without Henry, or are we screwed? They are 8-4, and they have what I call a 2.5 game lead over the Colts in the AFC South. Now, look, I get that Tennessee is really banged up. I understand that without Derrick Henry, so many other guys. They have 2 games left, though, against the Jags and the Texans. So you figure at worst case, with other games against a not-so-great Steelers team, the Niners, and the Dolphins, those last 2 at home, you should be able to win at least 2 football games. That gets you to 10-6. Are the Colts going to be able to catch you and get to 11 wins since you will win any tiebreaker? I don't think so. I think the Titans win the AFC South. Now, in terms of making a run beyond just making the playoffs, I have to see the offense play better with all of their injuries. But they should get healthier to the end of the year, so I will not rule it out quite yet, but it's not going to be easy. And you saw the AFC playoff picture. They're a very muddled grouping right now. Which team is the best team in the AFC? Is it Titans, the Bills, the Ravens, Chiefs, Raiders, Chargers? Who is it? Broncos? Steelers? Probably not them. Get those votes in and those answers in for me in the comments section. From All Out Broncos, what percent chance does the do the Broncos have of winning the AFC West? So I can actually pull up the exact odds here, the percentage odds, and this is based on current standings, favorites, and whatnot. The Broncos right now have you're looking at a 12-13% chance in that range of winning the AFC West this year. They are viewed currently as one of the playoff non-favorites. They can do it, but I think 13% sounds about right. They got to really close strong if they're going to pull it off this year. From Marc Mullo, hey Tom, hope you're well, as am I. Glad to hear it, Mark. Happy belated Thanksgiving. Thank you again. Do you believe that Kirk Cousins is a franchise QB given his overall win-loss record? I think Kirk Cousins is right on that precipice of franchise QB versus non-franchise QB. Is he a top 10 quarterback? No. Can you win a Super Bowl because of him? I don't think so. Can you win a Super Bowl with him? Probably. Can you do a lot worse? Yes. So Cousins is kind of that very difficult line. I don't think he's going to be ever a true top 10 QB. He doesn't make enough plays when it matters the most, but he doesn't suck. Like, he's probably around QB 15 overall. That's valuable. But if you're Minnesota, what do you do given his contract right now? From Hawks Truther, is Rashad Penny just a bust? Yeah, he's a bust. The profile picture, by the way, on my Twitter account, at WhatGoingDowney, is the reaction to the Rashad Penny draft pick in round 1 all those years ago. He simply has never been able to stay healthy. The best ability is availability, and Penny does not offer that. So unfortunately for Seattle, he has been a pretty large NFL draft bust. We have, by the way, tons of NFL draft coverage, and we will have it for you all off season long. If you want to join us for that, take advantage. Hit that big red button and subscribe right now. From Robert Bruce, hello, Marshall and Tom. It's actually Jack and Tom, but it's all good, Robert. When the Patriots, that's Jack's team, by the way, beat Buffalo at least once, are they then the clear-cut favorites in the East? I think they match up well against the Baltimore Ravens. I think they do because they can stop the run pretty well. If the Patriots beat the Bills, especially if they beat them in the first matchup, unquestionably, barring some weird collapses elsewhere, the Patriots will be the NFC East favorites. Now, that division won't be decided until late in the year, but the Patriots are a real playoff team and a real threat in the AFC East. I was wrong about them to begin this season. From Brian Tran, is Kellen Moore the top coaching candidate? I think he is near the top. Honestly, I would hire Brian Daboll. I think that the Bills OC, I think he is fantastic. I would hire him in a heartbeat. I'd have interest in Eric Bieniemy. But Kellen Moore, I would say, is on my short list if the Cowboys can fix their offensive woes as of late. From Bilbo25, what's wrong with the Browns offense? All of it? Let me put it this way. The Browns offense, outside of one game since week 6, has been among the NFL's absolute worst. Let's run through the games. A 37-14 loss at Arizona. Okay, they're a good team. They beat Denver, scoring 17 points. Lost the Steelers, scoring 10. Your outlier game, dropping 41 on Cincinnati. You scored 7 against New England, 13 against the Lions, and 10 against the Ravens. The Browns offense is bad. And I think part of it is the O-line's been banged up. The receiving core is not that good. Baker Mayfield is hurt. And when those three things are going on, it's really tough to effectively run the football. I do think Baker Mayfield is to win at least some, but is he the biggest reason the Browns offense is having issues? Is he truly to blame? Sound off. Y for yes, N for no. Troy Daniels, did you admit to a bet? Yes. This is why I am wearing the Raiders jersey. The Raiders beat the Cowboys, so I have to wear a Raiders jersey for today's show. From Gia, how is Mac Jones the best rookie quarterback in the NFL right now? It's not even all that close. The thing that has impressed me the most about Jones, despite still not being a great downfield thrower, is that he is thriving on third downs. The way that Mac Jones is playing reminds me a lot of Super Bowl run Jimmy Garoppolo, which was my player comp for him coming out. If Jones keeps this up, the Patriots have their franchise quarterback of the future. Caleb Clemmons, would Kellen Moore going to coordinate Jacksonville? If it meant greater flexibility with Trevor Lawrence, you have to hire Kellen Moore as a head coach. An NFL team is not going to be able to poach Kellen Moore away. He just signed a new contract to be an NFL OC. That can be blocked and would be blocked by Dallas. So if the Jags want to hire him as their head coach, maybe, but OC would not happen.